Well, the Democrats aren't exactly the brightest people, Sean. We've seen that this whole week. Everything they say is sort of meaningless. And none of it ever means anything. None of it's for the good of the people.
Remember, every accusation coming from MAGA is, of course, actually a confession. Case in point, Donald Trump's least favorite son, or tied for second least favorite, but his namesake, also Donald Trump, Don Jr., saying also this.
That's right. They're talking about having a no kings protest. And, congratulations, guys, you won. We don't have kings. We have a president that was elected in a landslide electoral college win. Someone who won the popular vote. Someone who won all 7 swing states in a landslide fashion. Someone, by the way, who, if he was a king, probably would just reopen the government, but it hasn't worked that way. If he was a king, he probably would have never left the office the first time. If he was a king, he wouldn't allow his government to prosecute and persecute him. And he certainly wouldn't allow people to assassinate him or try to at least twice. They're clearly not sending their best or their brightest, and maybe that's because they don't have anyone that's bright or good at anything that they do. It was laughable. The most fun I frankly had was watching my father on True Social respond to these people, and they're commenting back, we're protesting him, and he's laughing at us in our faces. I mean, it's pretty funny. Watching these people dress up like clowns and they expect to be taken seriously, it's truly laughable, but that is the state of the Democrat Party.
I mean, firstly, he's very clearly displaying a childlike conception of the No Kings protests and being purposefully ignorant about the movement's actual purpose, but he's also revealing what far too many MAGA folks hold higher than any policy position. Owning the libs at all costs, that's what matters. If you want to have a debate about whether the things your father's actually doing are king-like or not, have that debate. But don't ignore the actual reasons for a thing and then just argue at the fringes and say a bunch of stuff from his first term and say, if he was a king, would he let people assassinate him? I don't think you have much choice in the matter when that happens, king or not. People are upset that Donald Trump is becoming more and more authoritarian, is sending the military into U.S. cities, is pretending that there are riots in the streets, pretending Antifa's out of control, when in fact it's a bunch of people in inflatable frog costumes trolling them and showing how absurd their comments are. I have Republican friends sending me videos trying to prove that Portland is on fire, and literally they're saying, look, there's an Antifa guy, and it's a calm video of a guy asking the police, do you mind driving around this block because we're doing a protest here? And they're like, sure, no problem. Man, that must be shut down with the military as soon as possible.
These people burned whole cities to the ground, Laura, when they had a political disagreement with somebody else. These people don't believe in institutions. They don't believe in history. All they believe in is power. In this case, they can't stand that the people put Donald Trump in power. And now they're just throwing a fit like they are with the government shutdown and everything else. It's ridiculous, and Trump is doing the right thing. I can't wait to see the ballroom finish.
Well, I think if he really wants to get them completely, just losing their minds, he should have a whole statuary garden and bring back Robert E. Lee to the statuary garden, right? They would really put them to, not in an early grave. We want everyone to be healthy and happy, but the history, okay, let's do history. Let's put them all back, all the statues back.
Josh Hawley has been one of the most unsufferable people ever. He's that guy in not even in your fraternity you didn't like. He's the guy in a movie about fraternities from the 80s that you didn't like. He's the real snooty guy. These people don't believe in America. You don't believe in America, bro. You cheered on people who were doing an insurrection against the government trying to overturn a legitimate, free and fair election. Then you ran from them when you got a little scared and wet yourself. But of course, to Fox News and MAGA and all in between, it's not about policy. It's not about actually having positions that you can defend. It's about trolling. Let's put all the statues back. That would be cute, huh? Yeah, sure, it dredges up and honors those who fought to keep slavery alive. But wouldn't it be funny? It wouldn't.
Michigan. We were flying in here today, and I said, look at these farms. I got to get a farm in Michigan, because when you own as many libs as I do, you got to put a place to put them all. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Scott.
It just couldn't be more clear, if you can read people at all, how Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Scott Jennings, other MAGA mouthpieces, pretty much all of them in the media, couldn't care less about actually looking out for the best interests of their viewers by delivering accurate news, operating with facts, fun stuff we used to do. All they care about is advancing their careers, keeping those in power close to them, which is of course achieved through just owning the libs. Owning the libs is very key. It's a narrative you don't stop seeing. Check out these people on their way to a Trump rally.
How much of this is about that, right? How much of this is about owning the libs being out here? What is it about liberals in America that upsets you?
As far as liberals, I would venture to say just the ones I've spoken to, and I have, they have no clue. They deny that transgender things are going on. They deny it all.
A lot of people have told me that they want to own the libs. They want to come here to prove the libs are ruining the country, and they want to own the libs. Can you tell me what owning the libs means to you?
Prove them wrong, because they're wrong about a lot of things. And, I don't think they even necessarily mean to be wrong. They just don't know what's right.
And give me one example.
Okay, well, there's too many examples. I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
There's so many. There's got to be one.
Something that they are wrong about.
I never thought that we would even be here standing, even talking about liberals.
Meaning?
We're so left. We're so left. I just pray that the country turns around and we become one nation under God again.
The Republicans have captured large swaths of the country by relying on these culture war narratives and the team sports mentality of our political system to convince these people that they're serving their interests, when in reality, the exact opposite is happening. These people are rooting for policies that hurt them. They are rooting for the militarization of our country, for our slide into authoritarianism that so clearly this president is trying to take us towards. And they just love wearing American flag hats. The more bedazzled, the better. And American flag t-shirts, again, super bedazzled, to notice, to care about what America used to actually be about: democracy, free speech, our values, the Constitution, all things that seem expendable now to these people. It's important to not give up on them. It's important to try to show them kindly the error of their ways, sometimes with some gentle ribbing, the occasional mocking here and there, but most importantly, doing whatever it takes to help them realize the error of their ways and get them to care again about kindness, about the things that make America great, about what's written on our Statue of Liberty: give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free. Doesn't say, get these vermin out of here, they're poisoning our blood. Doesn't say that. Doesn't say they're rapists and criminals. It says people come here to the great shining beacon of light that America used to stand for, because we're supposed to be the refuge for the world, the melting pot of people from different places that make us so great. Demonizing people doesn't do that. Moving towards king vibes in this country doesn't do that. And ignoring the actual facts just to laugh about it and say, let's put the statues back up and own the libs, definitely doesn't do it either. Just some thoughts. Do whatever you want, though. Who cares? I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. Follow me at Ben Gleib on Instagram for lots more.